Hello, beautiful ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. And if that sounds like a strange title, stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a special message about this historic, never before done shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness. I mean, never before for a whole planet. So, but first, we're going to start with our wonderful Angelina Jordan, and she is doing, let's see, what a difference a day makes. And look how young she is. Let's go.
Jeg gleder meg.
Hvis du gleder deg, Angelina, så skal du bare visst hvor mye vi gleder oss. Her er hun med What a Difference a Day Makes. Vær så god.
What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours.
I mean, just
Brought the sun and the flowers.
right there, just from the get-go, right from the very first notes she sang, she has that quality to her voice of this professional jazz singer, you know, this adult jazz singer. Amazing. Let's go back and hear that again. And look at that beautiful thing she's wearing on her head. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know what language this is. So if you know that, put that in the notes, by the way. And like my video, later like hers, it's in the notes. Here we go.
What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours. Brought the sun and the flowers. Where they used to be right. My yesterday was blue deep. Today I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear. Since you said you were mine.
Okay. Oh, I'm telling you, I keep saying this over and again. She must have been reincarnated. I just can't even believe she could possibly do this. Maybe she was Billie Holiday. When did Billie Holiday pass away, by the way? Oh my goodness. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's astonishing how, you know, it's like she has it in her blood and her bones, how to sing like this professional jazz singer of an adult age. Let's go back a little bit and hear that again. By the way, subscribe. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, do subscribe, please, my friends. That helps to grow my channel and have more and more people see these things of your favorite artists and whatnot. Here we go.
Where they used to be right. My yesterday was blue deep. Today I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear. Since you said you were mine. Lord, what a difference a day makes.
And there's her.
There's a rainbow.
Hold on.
Before.
And there's her beautiful bare feet, which I'm now told by you wonderful fans of hers that she has those bare feet because she was going through some sort of a, I don't know, railway station or something, and she saw a girl who was like a beggar kind of thing in the streets and had no money, and she was in bare feet. And she talked with the girl, and I don't know, remember the conversation, but she remembered this girl. She helped her. She gave her some money. She said something about your dreams can come true. Just keep trying or something like that. She was quite young, as you can see, because she's in bare feet here. And then she remembered the girl and forever has those bare feet as a reminder of the children who suffer. So she does have a heart of gold, this one. Let's continue.
For me, skies above can't be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss, it's
It's so funny to see those adults singing the background with this young girl. That is hilarious.
heaven when you find a romance on your menu. What a difference a day made, and the difference is you.
We got to go back and hear that again. A couple guys, it's just too short, isn't it? It's too short, this song. Here we go. And the audience is just loving her. Look at this audience. Watch how they react to her.
Skies above can't be stormy. Since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss, it's heaven when you find a romance on your menu.
Now listen, I want you to, I'm going to go back a little bit, and I want you to feel how this feels on your body, like the cells of your body. Like, how does the sound feel to you? I think it feels great, like very relaxing and peaceful. Hang on.
Find a romance on your menu. What a difference a day made, and the difference is you.
And then comes that little girl look like, you know, after singing it like that. Unbelievable. Oh, how cute. How adorable is she? My goodness, my goodness. This one never, ever fails to bring us great stuff, huh? Ugh. And how does she get that kind of talent to do jazz, such a specific genre? Not just like any old thing that comes out of your mouth. You know, how does she get the talent to do that at such a young age? And of course, she just gets always better and better and better. God bless this one. Feels good, doesn't it? Did you feel that on your body? I wanted you to see, like, can you feel like when a song is relaxing you and putting you at peace and at ease? This one is one that did it. You know, and I have my scale, which is that 1 to 10 scale where 1 is very low vibration, third dimensional, fear, pain, sadness, anger, upset, scarcity, all that. And where 10 is that high vibration, love, peace, bliss, joy, abundance, all of that. And this one is pulling heavy in that direction. And it's about love. And anytime it's about love, then it's going very high. You know, this is a male-female love. So we always say, you know, you want to at least hedge your bets and tap into that divine love as well, because male-female or I say 1-to-1 love, whatever your preference may be, can often fail us. And then it feels like we have no love. So if we tap into that divine love, then we always have plenty of love. And we walk around with that like I do. But anyway, on my scale of 1 to 10, very high vibrational, very, very feel good. I'm going with like a really high on this. I'm going with a flat out 9 here on this one. This is great. Oh my goodness. And such a feel-good thing, and that's important too, by the way, as we're wanting to move toward the fifth dimension, that heaven on earth, right? It's important that we listen to songs that uplift us and put us kind of in that feeling space of the heaven on earth. And this one certainly does. Great job. Okay, and by the way, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, you can go to the video here about Lorelei, and that'll lead you to a longer video, which is about what I like to call my forged in the fire of 3D experiences journey, right? So you can listen to that, and I have created some things that you might want to be involved with, and help to uplift you. That's what it's all about. And for that, you can go to my, you can go to the description on YouTube and drop down to About Lorelei on Patreon. So that's a bit about me. So what is our 5D message today? Well, honestly, I hand-picked it here for this one because best 5D practice, live in the moment. So great, perfect message. This has a 5D message right in it. And that's another point, by the way. We already know all what it takes to be in that higher vibration, right? Because here's a 5D message right here. She's saying, yesterday I was blue, and here I am. I'm so happy. I'm feeling so good. So the message there is that just if you don't like how you're feeling, well, just wait. Let things shift a little bit. Give it a little bit of time, In fact, you can actively be proactive to make it shift, right? But I don't know why her yesterdays were blue, but I'm guessing she wasn't living in the moment, right? In those yesterdays, perhaps she was in sadness, or because maybe she didn't have a love in her life. Isn't that crazy? Like, we go into sadness because we don't have a love in our life, when we could just be loving our life moment by moment, doing whatever we do in the garden, or making videos, or singing, or dancing, all of that. We could just bring in the joy, right? So let's see. Now, her 5D message here is that, basically things are going to change. Things are going to change, right? It's right in there. Like, yesterday was blue, today it's not. And, this is the outlook that we can always have. When things happen, this too shall pass. When we feel bad about anything at all, just like this too shall pass. And then we could also be proactive to kind of, to make it better as well. To do what it is that brings us joy, or that lifts us up. And that I talk about that, how to raise your frequency on vibration, in another video. So you can go back and look at the notes for the messages in all the videos, and you can decide what you want to look at. So why is it kind of insane to when you're on a path to fifth dimension, why is it kind of insane to do anything else but live in the now, right? Why is it kind of nutty to not live just in the now here, right? It's just kind of like, doesn't make any sense. It's not sensible. And why is that? Because what we're looking to do, if we're on the path to 5D, what we're looking to do is we're looking to raise our frequency and vibration, right? We're looking to feel good. We're looking to bring ourselves into those heavenly vibrations of love and peace and bliss and euphoria and joy and abundance and prosperity and freedom and all of that, right? But here we are, if we're not in the moment, we're looking to the past. And a lot of times we're not looking at the past that we loved and going, oh, that was so great. No, that's not what we usually do, right? We're looking at the past. We're thinking about the past, whether it be past 5 minutes ago or an hour ago or maybe 30 years ago, right? We're looking at the past and saying how lousy that particular thing was, right? And what does that do for us? Like, what does that do for the cells in our body and our feeling state? Whenever we're thinking over and again about how rotten that thing was that happened in the past, and I don't care if it's 2 minutes ago or 2 years ago, whenever we're doing that, we're kind of feeling bad. We're shrinking, oh gosh, and that thing happened, and made me so sad, or it hurt me, or I was so angry at that person, and I can't let go of that anger, all that. Ugh. That's so third dimensional and so not pulling us toward the fifth dimension. So that's insanity, right, to do that. We need to take control of ourselves and our thoughts in our head. That, by the way, is my expertise, is how we can get rid of all that craziness that goes on in our heads. And that's some of the stuff that I do for people. But then so that's the past, right, how that does. Now, what does the future do? Now, honestly, when we think about the future, it'd be great to think about the future if we were going, oh yeah, I'm gonna have this beautiful RV that I love, and it's gonna look like this, and it's looking we could say it in the now. It's looking like this and that. And, there's a great way for my cat to come along with me, and he can, kind of go outside in a little cage, but not so he can run away. But that's attached to the RV. And I'm going to these beautiful places, like mountainous places and the Great Lakes and to Bimini Island. This is mine, by the way. This is my future that I'm envisioning. So it's great if we're doing that. There's no problem with that whatsoever. But here's the problem. Generally, we're not doing that. Generally. And by the way, if you're going to do that, the mind cannot differentiate between what's in the now. Because in the now, you're imagining and dreaming. You are in the now because you're imagining and dreaming a wonderful thing that is going on and happening. So you actually are in the now. Okay? And only if but if you're doing that, and I don't know, there's a fire going on in the house, then you're not in the now, right? Because you got to pay attention to that fire. But if you're doing that and nothing else is needing your attention, then that feels in the now to the body, to the beingness, okay? Because imagination is just as powerful as the real thing. So, but then that's not usually what we do, is it, right? When we're thinking about the future, that's not what we do. What we usually do as human beings historically is we worry about the future. How am I going to pay this bill? What's going to happen when Susie goes to college? What's going to happen to the cat? Is he going to get over the sickness? What's going to happen with my sister? Is she going to be okay? Is my mom going to be okay? Is she going to have enough money for her life? And blah, 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 all of that, right? And all of that is, again, to that worry state, pulling you down to, to the dredges, right? Which is not what you want. What we want in order to bring our vibration up is to be in this now moment. And if this now, generally the now moment is not anything like crazy bad going on, right? But you can also kind of invest yourself into that now moment, like if you're doing the dishes or something, making it joyful. You can put on your solfeggio frequencies, and you can feel the warm water on your hands. And if you're sweeping the floor, you can dance and sweep, you can invest yourself into that now moment. But even if you don't do that, at the very least, for the most part, all of the now moments of our life, they're not too bad, actually. For most part, now moments, every single now moment is not chaotic. It is not, the people banging on your door because you didn't pay the money for this or that. Most of the now moments, we might get the bill in the mail, open it up. That's about a minute and a half of our day. But we could just let that go, right? How you're going to pay it or whatever, right? You can let it go and go on with your day. But the problem comes in when we angst over that bill all day long. How am I going to pay it? How am I going to pay it? Where's the money? Blah, blah. By the way, which is telling the universe exactly what you don't want to tell it. It's telling the universe you don't have the money to pay that. And the universe always responds to our commands with what we say. Okay, so you said you don't have the money to pay for that. So good. Here you go. You don't have the money. You get no money. That's what you said. You wanted that divine spark of God, right? So the just being in the now moment, at least being in the now moment, and you could just you can make it even better than you have it, but at very least being in the now moment is usually a pretty decent thing. Because now if you're in the now moment, also you can feel that water, right? It's nice and warm and all. Or if you're outside, you can smell that fresh air. You've got time. You're being in the now moment. You can look at your beautiful backyard and all the flowers growing, which I've been doing recently, and feel the grass under your feet and pet the cat and all that. If you're being in the now moment, right? If you're enjoying it and languishing in the now moment, right? Now, some of us have to go to work and all that, but even that is you're so much better off if you're in the now moment at work doing your task, right? In other words, you're not worried. So you're sitting at the computer, you're doing your thing. You're not worried about the future. You're not worried about the past. You're just doing your task, right? So that doesn't really lower your vibration at all, Now, somebody comes in and says, hurry up, what's the problem? You're taking so long in this stupid thing. For that moment, maybe it's not so much fun, but then you let it go. Shh, that's in the past. And now back to the now moment of doing my task, right? It's when we carry around this crap that people say to us, or that we feel that bothers us. That's when we have the issue. And then there's so that's why it really isn't very sensible or very sane, if you want to be on the fifth dimensional path, to sit there and worry about the past or worry about the future. Either of those. thinking about either one of those is not really helpful at all. And here's the other thing. Neither of those things actually exists. In all concrete reality, neither of those things exist, right? Because the past, right here, right now, what happened to me as a child, it is not existing right now. Okay? The things that happened to me that I could angst over if I wanted to, that's not existing for me right now. It's not even here. Okay? It was long time ago. It's not even here, right? Unless I keep it alive by thinking about it. And the pain was so awful, and this is what it did to me, and here's what it created, and now I become this, and then it's going to be a problem. And I did that when I was 30 years ago, but I learned how not to do that, right? So that thing doesn't exist because I'm here, I'm now. Only what exists is this computer, me talking to you, right? The fan is blowing, I got the microphone. That's what exists right here for right now for me. Now the future doesn't exist, right? Same thing. When we get to this froofy thing they call the future, it's actually the now moment. When we actually get to that thing, it's the now moment. And when we were in the past and those things were happening, that was the now moment at that time. But it is not the now moment now. And the things in the future will be the now moment later, but they're not the now moment now. And so here we are. Really, it doesn't make sense anyway to angst about these things because in the now moment, there's nothing we can do about any of it. Now, I get it. Okay, you might have a plan that you want your future to go such and such a way and you're working toward it, and that's fine. But right here, right now, you're not going to change how it goes. You might have a plan and you're working on that, but this right now isn't going to change it in any appreciable way. Maybe your work over time, a little bit at a time, right, might change it, but you obsessing on it, I guess that's what I'm saying, obsessing on it is not going to change it. And that's a little different from making a plan and doing your little steps all along the way, and that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But obsessing over it and thinking how it may not work out, that's where the problem comes in. And in this moment right now, this moment, I'm talking to you. I can't do anything about the dreams of my RV. Okay? Not in this moment. Maybe later on, I might do something. I'm working on it and, working on things to, bring in more finances and whatever. But at this moment, I'm talking to you and I can't do anything about that, right? So it's kind of an illusion. The future is kind of an illusion. See, each of the things that we do in the now moment will over time create our future, okay? If we're doing positive things, by the way, and uplifting things and joyful things, and it's going to automatically create a better future for us. Okay, that's just how things work, okay? The frequency and vibration we send out to the world comes back to us. So the positive things that we're doing is creating that better future. And if we're doing negative, feel bad things, then it's creating a worse future, right? So, because we're attracting back to us all that yuck and muck and mire that we're sending out into the world, into the universe. And that's I'm telling you, this is energy exchange. It's one of the laws of the universe, and like a law of nature, a law of science. It's a scientific law that they're just starting now to figure out, right? This sort of quantum physics type of thing. So by scientific law, the energy that we send out, or yes, is going to pull back to us what it is that we want. So, okay, that's my message for you. Be in the now moment. Best 5D practice. Be in the now moment, and wherever possible, elevate the now moment and really immerse yourself in the joy of it, or the fun of it, or the peace of it, or the calm of it, or whatever you can find out there. Okay, beloved ones, I'm sending you that fifth dimensional energy, the love, the peace, the bliss, the joy, the feeling that all there is now, right? That's all there really is. The feeling that all there is now, and all that comes with it. Creating your brightest future ever. Here we go. Go this way. Namaste. I honor the God in you.